Blessings and greetings, my angels. Thank you for joining me. I just recorded your general weekend reading that will be uploading and processing throughout the day. We're now tapping into Sagittarius weekend energies as it pertains to love, cleansing the space both in yours and mine. May you receive these general love messages with the positivity and light in which I am guided to bring them towards you. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe or like button, share, like, and comment. I welcome you, even if you're a cross watcher or a fellow reader, to the channel with love. Okay, cause a blessing, pray, and shuffled for. And you know my mantra, I truly believe what is to be shown will be known, and what is not to be revealed at this time will not be revealed. Always use your own personal intuition, common sense, and guidance, as this is for entertainment purposes only. What is the message for Sagittarius for this weekend? We thank you, Heavenly Father, for guiding and protecting our hearts and our soul. May those who seek love find it, and those who are taking a break from it enjoy the peace of self-love. Okay, temptation this weekend. So be careful as you go out there or as you correspond and talk to people on the internet or on the phone. Someone could be tempting you to act out a character or attempting to lure you in to their domain or towards them romantically. This could even be the energy of an ex trying to convince you to meet up with them or get back with them. Could be an alternative motive as to why they want you to come back, but we'll see what the cards say. For some people, they're tempting you because they want a new beginning and they're trying to get back in your good graces, or they might see you being with you, Saggy, as a good luck sign for them to be able to start over. That if they felt in hard times, or if they've had some real strong karmic lessons since they haven't been with you, they feel like being with you will put them back on their grind, or being with you, your energy, your knowledge, your unconditional love can help them grow and get back on their feet, so to speak. But what does that do for you, right? That does a lot for them, but the question is, what does it do for you, Saggy? So for some of you, just be careful. Don't jump at the first person who makes an offer, my singles. Don't jump back into the dating arena and re-hook up with your ex just because all of a sudden now they're feeling you, or all of a sudden now they realize the grass wasn't greener on the other side. You know, it benefits them to get back with you, but what you've got to ask yourself, does it benefit you to get back or to hook up with them? So just be careful that you don't fall into those same traps or pitfalls. And if you've done the healing, if you've done the work, this is also a sign for you, in a sense, to see if you've really passed the lesson. Are you going to subject yourself to the same red flags that you didn't pay attention to? So the universe could also be putting you through a test to see, you know, have you learned your lesson? Have you grown? Are you really changed? Are you really looking to do better and be better, and just wait for the universe to bless you with the right person, rather than just hooking up or just totally being gravitated to the same type of person who disappoints you and breaks your heart time and time again. A lot of you, this new energy towards love, or you wanting to start love, or the way mentally how you look at love as a change. For some of you, you feel moving out from where you're at, your city, your state, your home, moving in another direction as to how you approach love is going to benefit you in the future. So I do see some of you moving, physically moving, because maybe you want to get away from an ex, or you just want a new energy. Maybe the guys and gals in your hometown or your state just isn't your cup of tea anymore. They don't live up to your standards. So you want to see what else is out there, right? Experiencing new cultures, new types of love. So for many of you, you might take that leap of faith and say, hey, I want to try something new. Especially if that ties in with your careers, where you might have to give up a job, or you're forced to quit, or if you're laid off, you're going to have to start over somewhere. So a lot of you kind of mapping it together. Hey, I need to move and relocate, not only for my heart and my sanity, but also for my career too. So it all could tie in together, where a lot of you are contemplating, maybe it's time for me to leave, especially if you've been living in this place or state, a country, from since your childhood, and you're at the age like, if I don't do it now, will I ever do it type of energy. And this is where you see, where you're contemplating, you know, this some mental hurdles that some of you are still dealing with, and there's some mental challenges as well as some deep thinking and soul searching that you're doing. And you're like, okay, I've got this underneath my belt, but there's still a few more things I need to kind of iron out and think through before I make this move, or if I go in this direction. Because it's scary, right? It's scary when you're trying to do something new or go about life in a different state or area, not only physically or mentally, but also just being somewhere where you don't have family, you don't have a support system. It takes a lot to do that. So really giving the thought process if moving or relocating is going to be better for you, and also being able to decide what is the pitfalls if it doesn't work for you. Do you have the option to return back where you left, or are you committed to stay at this new location wherever you decide to go, even if things don't work out to the best of your expectations? So there's a lot of mental play. There is a lot of concentration, and I hope many of you are taking that sacred time and space to focus in on that, if that's what you're deciding to do, especially if you want to remove yourself from a location that tied you to, a romance and the memory of a romance. You want to get away far from that so you can kind of cleanse yourself and heal from it. Especially it gives you the distance and the space that you need so that this person doesn't have access to you. Because if you're physically close, they might feel like they can pop up on you anytime. You know what I mean? It's just too convenient for them. And like I said, it's just too much close access. Yeah, I feel like someone romantically could be pressuring you. They're applying the pressure for you to either date them or go out with them or to take them back. So much so that it's causing you sleepless nights. I think too because they could be calling you and bombarding you throughout the night with a lot of texts. This could be people who were in your life, but because they cheated on you, okay? So you're stuck with this real serious kind of, gut-wrenching feeling like this person hurt me once before. They broke my heart once before. If you come to believe that they're a chronic cheater, what makes you think they won't cheat on you again, right? And, the hard work that you have, for many of you, you're in a place right now where you might be already booed up and remarried with someone, or you're in a real strong committed relationship where you're happy. And that's when the most temptation comes. When we're happy, people want to shake up that happiness. They become jealous of our happiness. So this is where you really, really have to hold on tight and take the wheel and just steer in the direction that you're going, and don't let people, especially people from your past who hurt you in the past, try to interrupt the flow of the good things you have going on now. At the bottom of the deck, right, because things are looking very hopeful for many of you. You're living a good life. Even if you're single and you're not with someone, that doesn't mean that you're not happy. And your ex, right, or someone who desires you, who doesn't understand why you won't gravitate to them or take them on as a partner because you're single, they can't identify with, well, how is he or she happy but they're not with someone? Because happiness doesn't base itself upon you being with someone. Happiness is within. And that's the best happiness that you can experience, is when you love yourself and you're comfortable in your own skin and you're taking your time to date. You're taking out the time to to get through the pain and hurt from the past rejections or failed relationships that you've had. So that's none of their business, and you need to do what you need to do for you. What they need to do is to respect your boundaries, and when you say no, you're not interested, or no, you're not going backwards, you're moving forward. That's it. That's all they need to do. You can entertain their sob stories and their requests to want to be in your life or to come back into your life. But ultimately, Sagittarius, as with everything in your life, you ultimately have to make that decision. But you place those blocks and those boundaries there so that they know that they have to respect it. They might not have respected it in the past, but now they have to, because you're not their property. And again, this is your life. They had an opportunity to be with you, And for whatever reason, whether they cheated or they decided to be with someone else or they just passed up on the offer to be with you, if they want to come back into your life months, years later, that's a little too late. You've lived life, you've probably moved on, you're probably with someone, and even if you're single, that doesn't mean that you're feeling that person. Maybe you would have felt them years ago or months ago, but it's a total different ball game now. Life is different, you're different. So you have to kind of let that person know that. Let's get one more card. Yeah, you got to stand your ground. You've worked too hard to where you're at. There's a lot emotionally and financially for you, and mentally at stake to partner or to see yourself dating or getting back with certain people romantically. So I love that you're really standing your ground, as has been the message, right? And that's what you're doing. Some people might feel that you look old for your age, some of you, so that's why they might not talk to you. So even if you're older, try to keep yourself youthful looking. Try to be the best you. Just because, you're a certain age doesn't mean you have to look it. People tell me all the time I don't look my age, and that's because I try not to feel my age. Not that I try to be young, but I try to just live my life the way I always have. If you think you're 80, if you're 80 and you act like you're 80, you stay home and you don't go out, then yeah, you're gonna become stuck in that. So you've got to still have that same zest and appeal for life, even though numerically you're aging. Inside, in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, don't ever let that age. Some of you are going into some romantic situations where there could be issues, so that's why I say be very careful of who you attract and who you welcome into your love life. There's others that just see you as a person that can help them, and like I said, it's all about what they can get from Sagittarius, not what they're bringing to your life or adding. A lot of people fear the unknown, and because they fear the unknown and they know our spiritual depth, they're very scared to deal with us sometimes. We can push people away without pushing people away because of our intuitiveness, because of the way how we approach life and the truth. A lot of people don't want to know the future. A lot of people don't want to know what is holding them back, where we want to know everything. And we tend to know and see a lot of things in other people. So be careful of how you share that information with people, because not everyone is on the same spiritual plane and level as we're on. Be careful of those who come into your life romantically who've been married many times. This is a sign of instability. This person probably needs to work out a lot of past drama and even probably childhood issues as to why they're always in and out of relationships. Why do they marry so often and they don't work out? So try to stay clear away from those type of people who come into your life romantically. Be friends with them by all means, but don't give your heart to them. Some of you have to be careful of that narcissistic male or female in your life who just wants to be in control of other people. Again, they want to be catered to. They want everything done their way. They have no real thought process of how to love you, or do they really care? They're just in the relationship to get what they can get, or for you to elevate them to the status they're trying to get to. Some of you are people that you love, and you love your partner, you love your spouse or your boo, but they kind of suck when it comes to time management. They're not mindful of the things that they need to do with you or for you in the relationship, and that's been causing problems. So maybe it's time to have a heart-to-heart talk with your person. Maybe they don't pay the bills on time, or they're always late to engagements or activities. They don't keep their word when they need to do particular things and agreements that you put together. They're very forgetful. And it could be maybe there's something going on with them, or this is just the way how they are. But if it's something that bothers you, you should bring it to their attention. At the bottom of the deck, we get bad company. Watch your partner if you see the friends that they bring around, or if you kind of tap into their social media, what are they doing in their social circles? Are they dragging your partner into addictive behavior? Again, the company that you keep and also your partner keeps can affect your home and your relationship. So you both want to make sure that you're dealing with people that are positive, because you don't want to bring any negative energy into your home, or definitely you don't want to bring anything toxic into your relationship, because that can lead to cheating and broken homes, and it just goes downhill from there. We do have some of you moving, either moving away from a relationship, moving towards a relationship, or you're just moving because of love. Maybe you're moving closer to your person, or you're moving further away to get away from someone. Yeah, we got this week earlier as well. There's a lot of heavy energy around Sagittarius, maybe because you want to start anew for this new cycle of your birth coming up, in a few weeks. You want to have a new life, this coming year as you go into 2025. You want to shed all the things of your past. You want to start anew with positive energy and a bright outlook, and you don't want to bring that excess baggage of whoever's holding you down or blocking you from your blessings. So again, a lot of insight and a lot of thought and a lot of you thinking, and if you're not thinking, you're actually doing the physical moving out of a relationship or moving physically towards someplace new in your life. And it could be, again, because you want to get away from the relationship, or you just want to do something positive and new. A lot of you are very fussy. This could be the energy between you and people that come near you. You could be meeting a lot of people, in social circles and stuff like that, but they're not your type. You're very meticulous and you're very particular. That's good in one sense, but again, you got to look at your past dating behavior. If you've always been very fussy and picky about the type of person that you like, has that worked for you? If you're single, apparently it hasn't. So don't be too choosy and be too selective. Be open to the different types of men and women and the different lifestyles when it comes to love in these modern days. Again, stay within your values, but you got to get away from just that closed mindset that, oh, I only want to be with this particular type of person. Because especially if it hasn't worked for you in the past, it's not going to work moving forward. Some of you are not talking or communicating with your partner, which we just kind of mentioned, because of things that they're dropping the ball on, or they're not doing their part. You feel like they're slacking. Doesn't mean that they're cheating. Doesn't mean that they're doing something outside the relationship. It could be that they're following to temptation from a bad set of friends, their homeboys, or even their homegirls, right? That are steering them in a different direction. If you're married or you're booed up with someone and they tend to always hang out with their single friends do single things. Your partner shouldn't be out that much with their single friends because he's in a relationship. So a different mindset. You need to be going out with other couples. So you could be not talking because of the way how they're moving in that sense. You could not be talking because you're afraid to communicate on a subject that is kind of, sticky. We all try to avoid the conversations on the subjects that we know that can cause issues. But if you don't talk about it, they're always going to be there. And you can't live, and it doesn't feel right when you live under the roof with someone or you room with someone and you're not communicating. So try to slowly find space where you can safely talk and be able to get your feelings out and come to some middle road where you can both find a way to say what you feel and to express your opinions and come to the conclusion that you can both give and take to make this work. Some of you are stuck in relationships where you could be mentally, physically, emotionally abused, and that is not okay. Get the help that you need from your friends, your family, whatever hotlines that are out there. There is a lot of help out there. Please do not stay in those type of situations, especially if you have, extended family members or other people in the household, because you put everyone, not only you, but yourself at risk. Tell their family members, tell anyone that will listen, if you've spoken to your person and they're not changing their ways, maybe that's your chariot sign that you need to pick up and move and leave, because your health and your life matters. And, you know, and no one should be in any type of negative situation like that ever. With the message, you're cursed. Some of you just feel like, Dag Tigra, I don't care what I do, I never pick the right person. Oh, I always have drama in my love life. Are you cursed? If you believe you're cursed, then yeah, that's possible. It could be, again, you're just picking a particular type, or you're not giving yourself time to heal, or you're gravitating towards people who themselves are not healed. So I don't believe most of you are cursed. I just think you need to do the work and take a different approach and take your time when it comes to love. Abundance and prosperity does lie ahead for many of you, so that's a good sign. Now is the time for many of you to make the changes that you want in your love life so it can be prosperous and look bright as we go into a new year. Give more of your time and effort. Some of you are just waiting for the universe or the ball to drop, right? Or the right card to tell you to do something. You've got to move in whatever direction you want to move and take whatever steps you want to take towards love, or not take, how you feel inside. But you got to take action when you want results, okay? So you got to give more time and effort to the relationships. If you're just letting things happen and you're not partnering up with your partner, you're not speaking your truth, you're not fighting for what you want, then things are just going to happen as they may. What else we have going on here? Well, we get the energy of receipts. Some of you could feel, or you suspect, that your person is cheating on you. You could have, when you were doing the laundry, you found a receipt or something that wasn't kosher, something that they bought or they spent money on, and you know it wasn't on you. And this is where the cookie crumbles, right? That's followed by the high road. For some of you, you're past that point of looking for things that your partner may have, or, you know, listening on, you know, their calls or checking their phone, because you're so over the relationship. And again, you've already made your mind to move on. You're just letting them do whatever they do because they've already self-destruct. In this relationship, for the most part, you've already checked out of. So as though it hurts when you still see all the stuff that they're doing, you've already got your mind made up and you've got your plan ready to bounce. That's followed by rebound. Be careful that when you do bounce, again, don't take baggage with you and don't accept new baggage. Give yourself some grace and space. Think of that, grace and space, time to heal, time to work through whatever you need to work through, and to get beyond whatever lesson you needed to learn. And watch the signs for future people coming in. Don't just go from one relationship into the other. It is not healthy, and those relationships never work. Supersize me, doing too much. Some of you are doing a little bit too much overindulgent. That could be leading to weight gain. We did have a message earlier where some of you, your partners might feel that you're not as attractive or you're looking old. It could be because weight gain can do that. So don't overindulge in anything, even in your addictive little things that you like your smoking and hookah and all that stuff like that. Overindulgence in anything can age you or affect you differently. So if you want to be youthful and look good and feel good, drink a lot of water, cleanse, purge, and live a stress-free life. Don't have stress in your relationships. And when you feel things are going awry, talk and communicate about it. With the energy of your nothing but trouble, there's someone in your life that no matter what they do, they're always causing trouble. This is a person that you want to stay far away from. Now I'm left with just a memory. This person, they really don't faze you. You think of them, and when they're near you or they're trying to reconnect to you, then the memories of what they did to you and how you felt about them come about. But anyone from your past, like I said, that hasn't changed now in the present and you really don't feel is going to change in the future, avoid them at all costs. As we're coming to a close, when we first met, I thought my life would change. Why do people feel, and I think a lot of people date Sagittarius because of our goodness and because of our optimistic attitude, and the fact that most of Sagittarius always seem to have their life and their act together, that our life and how we roll is going to roll off on them. And that's not it. Everybody's got to do their own thing. So a lot of people that break up with us or leave us, it's like they blame us because they didn't grow. That's not our job to make them grow, just like it's not their job to, to make us grow. That is something you have to do for yourself. So that is why, again, like I said, we want to be with partners who are pretty much on the same level that we're on, and partners who want to work for themselves and do for themselves. We can work and grow together, but we're not relying on the other person to be that person and to make our life what it is. No, we're going to do that on our own, and we can enjoy the comforts of that from each other. But this right here, that's never going to work. When we first met, I thought my life would change. They thought their life would change because they were with a Saggy. And yes, it does change. We make your life spontaneous, fiery, hot, spicy, opportunities for growth and love and everything. But if you don't have the capacity to jump on that wagon and to do the right thing and to continue to also add to that in your own time and space, it doesn't matter how many beautiful Saggies, male or female, you attach yourself with. The relationship is not going to work. You yourself have to do what you have to do. And this is to our cross watchers. This is to the people that date Sagittarius. Stop attaching yourself to us because you feel, we have it all and you can get piece of the pie. No. I've earned this pie. I've baked this pie. I've done a lot to get this pie. You can enjoy a little slice, but at some point, I need you to start contributing to some of the ingredients that go in this pie. I need you to also be a baker and make things manifest in your life and together for us as a couple. So I really feel that's a strong message for many of you to take as we come to the close of this reading. The final card we get for the reading for the weekend is coming from my Message Moods deck, and we get Wicked Game. Love and life is a wicked game, and some play it more wicked than others. Don't be trusting. Don't be so quick to take that ex back. Don't be so quick to run ahead into the next relationship. And don't be so quick to believe everything people say because they're not truthful, not in the way that we are. And remember, there are people that play games with your heart, play games with your mind and soul. So just be careful, take your time, avoid the temptation, make the moves that you need to move in your life to be happy. And again, don't let what you've worked for and what you've earned in your life be the reason that someone wants to attach themselves to you. Enjoy your weekend, and I love to hear from you in the comments. Namaste.